Good afternoon. Hi, I'm Will and welcome to the WP Quickies series, bite-sized WordPress tips and tricks in 30 minutes or less. And today I'm going to be looking at membership sites. So creating membership sites with WordPress. And this topic was suggested by regular viewer Morris Cohen. So thank you for that, Morris. And there's a link down below the video for a Google form. So please fill that out and give me some more suggestions about what I can do for the WP Quickies in the future. Okay, let's just say some hellos. Hi to Jean. We've got Jonathan Cooper online from the Central Coast. Afternoon, Jonathan. Steph, the tech surfer in Sydney. Hope you're out surfing today. Rick as well from Florida. Your competition right now is a hurricane and intermittent power outages. Oh dear. Stay safe, Rick, and thanks for tuning in. Alan from Sydney, Julia as well. Hi, Julia. How are you doing? These guys are all regulars. Thanks for spending your time with me for this short period. Paul as well in Sydney's North Beaches. We've got Beth from North Sydney. Hi, Beth. Seventh Circle Designs, one of our regulars, again from the US in Dallas, Texas. Monte Cristo. Hey, how you doing, Chris? How's things going? One of our WordPress community people there. Norman from Northwest Sydney, and John as well. Thanks, guys. Thanks for taking your time to join in. I've got a lot to go through today about membership sites, but before we do, just remember, if you're watching on YouTube, click on the subscribe and ding that bell so you get my latest video updates. And I know that YouTube has been having a few issues today, so I am broadcasting as well on the WP Sydney Facebook page as well. So if you go on Facebook, just type WP Sydney, you should be able to get the broadcast from there as well if you've got any troubles. Rightio, let's dive into it. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Okay, and me as well. So what makes up a membership site? Well, a membership site is basically a site that has content that's restricted from public access and only viewable by registered members. Now, really, there's only a couple of basic conditions that satisfy a membership site. One is registration of members, so free or paid. And the second one is an offer, exclusive content to members only. So single or multiple tiers, but we'll cover some of that as we go on. What types of membership sites can you create? Well, really, it's your imagination is the limit about the types of membership sites. Literally anything you think people will find valuable enough to register and get access to. However, there are some common membership types of sites I reckon you could bundle them up into. And one would be online learning, where you offer courses, video courses, or text-based courses. Personal coaching as well is a very popular type of membership site. You could have private forums or communities as well that you give people registered access to. E-commerce perks, so think about vouchers or discounts, make people sign up to get the vouchers or discounts. And premium niche content, so maybe you're in a vertical market industry and you've got knowledge that you want to share with your audience, then yeah, definitely you could create a premium niche content. One of the ones I came across while researching this was how to grow orchids the easy way. Apparently this guy has made millions just on that. And there's another guy who's made millions on a membership site showing people how to take really good photos of birds. So really, your imagination is an absolute limit on what types of membership sites you can create. But of course, you have to ask yourself why. Why are you building a membership site in the first place? The first real advantage I would think is leveraging your time. So once you've created content, it can be reused, sold over and over again without any or much additional time from yourself. And with automation, so think about emails and chatbots, you can be mostly hands-off from an up and running membership site. And the less time that you have to personally spend on a membership site, then the more you can scale it and the more money you can get in. Let's see a couple of questions here. Steph, the tech surfer, says, what are some good review themes for WP? Okay, well, we're going to cover some of the membership themes, membership plugins in a bit, Steph. So hang on. Okay, why build a membership site? Well, the second one is value. So humans seem to find more value in things they pay for over and above freebies. I don't understand the psychology of this, but it's a known fact. So for example, people will pay for a gym membership to get fit, but they could easily get fit for free at home, but they pay the gym membership. So in other words, your paid premium content is perceived as more valuable than free information. So humans are also increasingly wanting done for you stuff. So how many Facebook groups have you been in where there's a constant stream of, how do I do this? How do I do that? I mean, if you're the person who's done that thing, then people are willing to pay for the answer rather than figuring it out for themselves. And lastly, why build a membership site in the first place? The last one is to build a tribe. Now, people love hanging around with other like-minded humans. We're social beasts, which is why we've all been hit very hard with the restrictions placed on us during this COVID-19 pandemic. But a quote here from American entrepreneur and best-selling author and speaker, Seth Godin, says this about tribes. There's the quote up on the screen. So a tribe's a group of people connected to one another, and connected to a leader, and connected to an idea. For millions of years, human beings have been a part of one tribe or another. A group needs only two things to be a tribe: a shared interest and a way to communicate. So if you can be that appointed tribal leader, that will give you trust and authority, and your membership will grow. So let's look at some of the mechanics here. So what are the basic requirements of a membership site? What should you be looking for when you're searching out these membership plugins or membership services? So this is not a complete list, but rather some of the basic requirements you'll need to run a membership website. Of course, content restriction comes up as the first consideration. You know, if you're going to ask people to register to get access to content, then you need to have some sort of barrier, some sort of way to restrict people. Monte Cristo says, people attend so many more events when they pay when they get a free ticket. Yeah, absolutely, Chris. People will attend more stuff if they pay for it rather than just free. We've definitely seen that on the WordPress meetups. And Jonathan says the most obvious reason for building a membership site is probably if you already have an association with members. Yeah, you don't need a following to build a membership site, but it certainly does help, kind of pre-selling. So yeah, a good tip there, Jonathan. Okay, so content restriction. So some of the things you should be thinking about is how does the plugin enable you to restrict content? Can you restrict content in the following, like parts of content, entire posts and pages, taxonomies, so thinking about categories, tags, or custom taxonomies, entire post types, so you might want to set up some custom post types just to restrict content to that, by templates, or even by file downloads as well, restricting that to members. So the second part as well would be subscription levels and subscription management. So do you need to create multi-tier subscription levels or a single access all areas level? Additionally, can members have one or more subscriptions? So do you just allow one person to subscribe, or are we going to have like multiple subscriptions per person, like a group level? And lastly, can they move up or down multi-tier levels automatically? So do you want people to be able to upgrade to the next premium level content? And do you want people downgrade as well if they think they're not getting value, but you don't want to lose them for that? Couple of extra comments here. Steph says it's like paid MOOCs. I have no idea what MOOCs means. Okay, so we're talking about payment options here. Obviously, you probably want to get paid for your premium content by registration. And there's actually, if you think about it, there's a heap of questions around payment options that you need to consider before choosing a membership plugin. For example, things like which payment gateways are supported. Now, you might not think this is something to look into, but certainly as your number of registration grow, then if you're not on the right payment gateway, you're going to get charged a lot for each of those payments. So it might seem a little bit at the start, but once you get a real big number, then choosing a good payment gateway can actually benefit you quite a bit. Otherwise, you're going to lose out on a lot of money. Additional things like you might want to support coupons or discounts. So is your membership site going to cater to that? And you might need to offer a free trial as well. I've had several, I've built several membership sites for customers where they've wanted very specific free trials. So you need to look into your membership plugin to make sure it supports that if that's what you want to do. And also think about, can members install pay by installments? So are you going to offer them like a 3-point payment plan to get access to your content? And what about recurring payment frequencies as well? So are you going to charge them on a monthly basis, a biannually basis? All that sort of stuff you need to think about before you purchase your membership plugin to make sure it supports you. Steph says MOOC is massive open online courses. I like that. MOOC, I'm going to use that from now on. Beth says, good point about the cost of payment. Yep, there's a lot of stuff to consider. I've been on the bad end of client membership sites when they've not went through all this information. So if you do choose a membership site and then you try and create your levels and your restriction, then you start thinking about it, you're going to get in a whole big pile of pain. So you need to think through these things first and then choose the best membership plugin to match what you want. Third-party integrations as well. I mean, of course, you want to be able to integrate your membership site into things like email services or your CRM, or maybe even use WooCommerce to handle the subscription payments itself. So third-party integrations is a big one, definitely. And lastly, price. So the cost, how much you're actually paying for the membership site. So depending on the features you need, the cost for a membership plugin can range between, well, from free upwards to $500 US. So definitely the cost to you is something you need to figure out when you're looking at all these membership sites. Okay, so let's go through where do you put your membership site? Now, it may seem a bit of a silly question, but please take some time to consider this. Personally, I like to have a separate WordPress installation for my membership sites. So usually sitting off a courses subdomain, for example. My membership sites handle sales and registrations, so they are contained, they're siloed in their own right. I have had clients who needed to take registrations on their main site and then give access to the membership site at another location. So in this instance, we synchronize the users with a specific role to the courses site using a custom coded plugin. But there are other plugins out there that allow you to synchronize between sites. There's a plugin called WP Remote User Sync. I just pasted a link in there to the comments below, and that can achieve a similar result. However, in the client website that we created, they also needed to send custom metadata from the main site over to the courses, the membership site. So that's why we did a custom synchronizing plugin for that one. I personally not a big fan of having your membership site in your front site as well. Depending on how many members and how many concurrent users you've got in, it can drag down the performance of the front-loading sites. That's why I like to offload them and put them onto their own separate WordPress installation. David says, with payment options, can you also talk about credit plans? And well, I mean, the payment option, that's really, it's up to yourself, David. If your membership site handles payment gateways, then it's really going to be up to the payment gateway as to how that handles the different plans. So for example, if you choose Stripe, does the Stripe payment gateway, does that allow you to do credit? Or for example, PayPal as well, if you're just using the PayPal base, to which payment gateway is going to suit what you want to offer your user base. But thank you for that question. Next, Multisite. So I had a question in one of the meetup comments, I think from Ian Faulkner. I don't know if you're online, Ian. I haven't seen you in the comments, but if you are, that's good. Thanks for the question. So he asked specifically about kind of multi-site and using membership with multi-site. Specifically, Ian was asking about having or allowing each member to have their own individual site. Now, this can be done for sure, and it's a very similar model to some services that use WordPress Multisite to offer like a template-based hosting, site hosting. So in that example, you'd sign up to the main website, choose a domain name, a branded theme, a subscription level, and then the code in the background spins up a multi-site instance of that website cloned from a template site. And you can do something very similar if that's your kind of unique selling point. You can definitely take a subscription from somebody and then clone another site and give them like an entire site to run with, if that's what your membership site entails. So that is definitely possible, Ian. I'm not going to go into the mechanics of how that's achieved, but it is certainly achievable. And thank you for that question. That was a great one. So I mean, WordPress Multisite in itself offers a complete unique way of bundling together different resource sites that you could expose through membership levels and groups. John says, one of our blogs used membership plugin to prevent anyone other than the registered doctors to access it. And they don't charge, but we do control access. Yeah, that's great. So it's not all about making money. You know, membership sites, it's about restricting content. So however that works for you, for whether it's paid using money or whether it's a restriction of access, so like security or privacy, things like that, memberships can work exactly the same way, free or paid. Thanks, John. Just keep an eye on time here. Yep, I'm on track. So let's get into the plugins themselves. So I've got a couple of plugins for you, and I'll paste some links here in the comments, but I'll also paste the links in the public comments on Facebook and on YouTube afterwards, because I know that some people are having trouble getting at the live chat afterwards. So one of my go-to membership plugins is Restrict Content Pro. I've set up tens of membership sites with RCP, and it's always managed to fulfill the client requirements. So it used to be owned by Pippin Williams. Is that right? Pippin Williamson, I think it was, who is a great plugin author. If you just Google Pippin's plugins, he's got quite a few great big plugins there. But recently it's been acquired by iThemes. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what they're going to do with it. But you know, as it currently stands, it is a fantastic option for building a really powerful membership website. The interface itself is clean and intuitive. It's very minimalistic, which is great. You can restrict content by taxonomies, by post types, as well as you can have short codes that you can embed within pages to restrict specific content as well, just for that. You can create subscription levels, including both free and paid levels, and it can be multi-tiered subscription levels as well. Members themselves, when they subscribe, they can manage their own subscription levels. So you can upgrade and downgrade, although you can actually turn that off as well if that's not something that you want to offer. For payment wise, it supports PayPal in the lowest offering, and Stripe, Authorize.net, Braintree, and to checkout with pro add-ons as well. So there's a heap of official and other developer add-ons for integrations with other systems like MailChimp, ActiveCampaign. Hold on, there's a helicopter. Close the window. So there's lots of integrations with other systems like MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, ConvertKit, and WooCommerce as well. You know, if you're wanting to integrate stuff, then yeah, definitely this can handle that. Steph wants to know what's Pippin. It's Pippin. Pippin's plugins. There you go, in the comment there. Price-wise, it ranges from $99 to $499. That's US dollars. Most of these are US dollars per year, depending on which add-on plugins your membership sites needs. So obviously 99 is the baseline entry. And then depending on what integrations you need, then it's got several payment tiers that go up from that. Unfortunately, and this is probably one of my biggest cons for Restrict Content Pro, is unfortunately the Stripe payment gateway is a pro add-on, which means really if you're looking to take payments from credit cards, then your basic starting price is the $249 per year, which is like the middle tier with the add-ons. I would like them to add the Stripe in for free, but obviously, that's out of my hands. Because I think PayPal is a really bad option for taking payments. I really don't like PayPal, and I love Stripe. So really, that is the only negative I could really find from Restrict Content Pro. A really stable, a really sturdy plugin if you want to start building your membership site on that one. Okay, let's move on to the next one because time is not my friend in these WP Quickies. Okay, so MemberPress. That in the comments there. So MemberPress is a very popular membership site plugin. It has a great fan base and with heaps of help and support forums as well. You won't go wrong if you're looking for help to do something with MemberPress. Now, there's a lot of ways you can restrict content with MemberPress by categories, tags, custom taxonomies, post types, custom post types, child pages, themes. The list goes on and on and on. It's probably the best value for, or the best way to restrict all the different types of content if that's what you're looking for. And you can also drip content as well to make make content expire after a set time. You can do that in Restrict Content Pro as well. But yeah, definitely you can do that in MemberPress. So MemberPress, it lets you create unlimited free and paid subscription levels. You can also create tiers as well so that members can upgrade and downgrade accordingly or turn that off if you want to access all levels. Group memberships are supported. So if you're targeting corporate clients, this is a good option. So by that, I mean a corporate would buy a group membership license and then they can add sub-subscribers onto that. So they might want to run a course for 100 of their employees. So they buy a group membership to the course or to the content, and then they'd be able to register 100 sub memberships onto that plan. So payments can be taken with PayPal, Stripe, Authorize.net, and offline as well. And you can offer free trials and give discounts and coupons. So it really does have the whole package for a membership site. And the types of integrations as well, things like LearnDash, Zapier, bbPress, MailChimp, Affiliate Royale, if you're looking to sell affiliate links with the membership stuff as well. Price-wise, there are 3 options. Basic is $149, Plus is $249, and Pro is $349, and they're all US dollars per year. Steph's asking about why do I like Stripe over PayPal? Fees is one thing. Yes, Stripe's a little bit better. But if you try and do subscription management in PayPal, Steph, it sucks. Whereas Stripe has a lovely interface for managing subscriptions. It is heaps easier, and just PayPal is just rubbish for that. David says, for finesse, is it good to have roles and capability manager? Yes. So you'll find that with these membership sites, most, if not all of them, will come with a roles and capability manager built in. So you can define your own groups and then give those groups access to whatever content that you need. Yeah, thanks for that, David. Great question. Okay, rolling on. I think is this the last one? Yes, this is the last one I want to bring to you today, or at least talk about, is WooCommerce memberships. So as the name suggests, this plugin allows you to build a membership site directly on top of WooCommerce. And this is an ideal solution if you already have an up and running WooCommerce site and you're looking to expand into selling membership sites. So it's a little bit more limited than the other ones. You can restrict content by categories, tags, posts and pages, and custom post types. That is all. So you can restrict individual pieces of content as well as partial content as well within pages and posts via shortcodes or block settings. So if you have an e-commerce shop, you can also restrict access to products. Which products are available for purchase, which is quite nice. So if you're thinking about building a membership site based on products or services, then this might be the best option for you. You can create unlimited subscription levels and link them to WooCommerce products to control access. So that is when someone purchases a product, they can get access to the subscription level. You can also offer free memberships by creating a free product as well. So members, they can have multiple subscription levels, but you will need the WooCommerce subscriptions plugin if you want members to be able to manage their own subscriptions, things like going upgrading and downgrading. So there's a basic members management within this plugin, but you will need the WooCommerce subscriptions paid plugin if you want the fancier subscription and the different things like payment schedules. So as you would expect with the WooCommerce add-on, you have access to all the payment gateways that WooCommerce offers. So it's not this plugin specific, it would be your WooCommerce core product. It also offers coupons, discounting rules, free trials, signups, things like that, but only with the WooCommerce subscriptions. So there are no plugin specific WooCommerce membership integrations. That's all to do with the WooCommerce app itself. This is just extending the capability of the WooCommerce plugin. But there's a single price offering. It's $199 US per year per site. So it certainly is a kind of lower cost entry if you're looking to extend on your WooCommerce site. A couple of questions here. Let's take some questions before we wrap up. I'm almost done. Chris says, for using the subdomain, what do you do with the loss of SEO, splitting up the SEO for Juice? Yeah, so I would say with that, you've got your main site, and that's where all your SEO love comes from. That's where Google likes you. And then your membership site is just like membership dot on your main site, and that's all restricted content. So the first thing a person will do is just to log in, and that's it. Everything from there on is restricted content. So yeah, so all your SEO would come from your front-facing website. Thanks for that, Chris. Norman says, are there any plugins that support payments with PayID and OSCO? Yeah, there probably are. When I'm saying things like they support Stripe and PayPal and Braintree and Authorize.net, those are the big ones, to checkout.com. But you'll find that within the ecosystem of these membership plugins, there will be paid and there'll be free, and there'll be a whole heap of different plugins that you can then extend to different payment systems. So I would not be surprised if there's already plugins out there for WooCommerce that link into PID and Osoko, and certainly with Restrict Content Pro, I know that there's a PID one for that one, and you can check those out from the websites themselves. So that's definitely a great question and something that needs to go into the research before you start purchasing plugins. So thanks for that, Norman. Alan asks, can you bulk upload members' emails as usernames and have them set a password on their first login? I know you can do that with Restrict Content Pro. You can bulk upload people and assign them to whatever groups that you have. And I'm sure MemberPress has that as well. And certainly with WooCommerce, you'd be able to upload that from the WP All import and assign them to whatever groups, again, or roles that they need to have. Quite a few questions coming through. Jean says, WC memberships is good for associations because you can manage offline payments. Excellent. Great to know. Okay, you guys in the comments, let's see. Is it easy to import members into WC memberships? Well, you don't. This WooCommerce memberships, it's an add-on for WooCommerce. So most of the base functionality is in WooCommerce. So that really be, can you import people into WooCommerce, which you can do. Alan says, are there any free or cheaper plugins for not-for-profit? Yes, so I'm going to cover I'll send you some links at the end of this with some different options, different costs and options. That's just the three I wanted to cover today, but there definitely are more. Okay, I'll get on to some of the other questions in a second. I just want to wrap this up. Okay, so we are talking about other memberships. So I have a whole heap of other memberships plugins. So it's not just those ones that I cover. Here we go. There's one called Paid Membership Pro. So that goes between free and 597 US bucks per year. This one I've just posted in is paid membership subscriptions. And the cost from that is $69 to $149 per year. Again, they're all US dollars. come on, copy and paste. This one here is Member Mouse. I love the name. Member Mouse, it goes from $39.95 to $299 per month, and it's all dependent on how much functionality you need with those. So there's definitely free options that you can start off with. There's one called Members. That one is completely free. So you could try that one out if you've got a not-for-profit. WP Members, they offer a free trial as well, and then up to $125 per year. There's S2 Member, which is a very, I don't want to say old membership site, but certainly it's one of the first ones that came out. For that one, they offer a free tier, and then with a paid option. Magic Members, they have a free, not a free tier, but a low cost, a $97 to then $207 per year. And the last one I want to post in the comments. I know it's a lot of posting. Okay, so apparently that one is blocked on Facebook. But the last one is A Member Pro, and that's $179.95 per year, all US dollars. So hopefully you'll be able to see from the links there. There's quite a good range you can test. So the three ones that I mentioned specifically, there's like two big players, MemberPress and RCP, and then with this WooCommerce add-on. But there's plenty of other ones out there in the WooCommerce sphere. So definitely have a look around. There's some free options, and there's obviously the more costly options as well. So let's go back to some of the questions before I posted all this. Who said? Okay, so we covered the not-for-profit, Alan. So some of those links below, they do offer free versions. Steph says, do you recommend review themes with Elementor? Not quite sure if that's on topic for the membership site, Steph. Rick says he found one for NF not-for-profit that cost $40 a year. Yep, that's good. It's a good one to start off with. It's definitely worthwhile starting off with a small one, a low cost or a free one. If you're still unsure about your format of what you want to do and what you can do with WordPress. Okay. Steph again, a little bit off topic, but I'll answer this one, Steph. No, there's not going to be a remote WordCamp Sydney this year, unfortunately. Boohoo. Yes, the chat should be available afterwards with YouTube. And Rick says, thanks. Well, thanks for that. If there's no more questions, I know I've kind of went a little bit over my 30 minutes, but I want to try and pack in as much stuff in here as I could, because memberships is a huge topic. Now, if I can say one thing, if there's one takeaway from here, it's definitely plan your membership site, your tiers, your pricing, all those levels before you jump into a solution. Because if you want to change it afterwards, and I've had a few clients who've wanted to do this, then you basically have to go pretty much all the way back to the start, and that could affect the type of plugin that you purchase, and you might have to end up purchasing like something else. And there's been a couple of occasions where customers have wanted to do one thing afterwards, and I've had to go back and say, "Oh, sorry, but that choice that we made at the beginning when we planned, it just won't be able to do what you wanted to do anymore." And that's caused some issues. So definitely do some planning, a lot of planning and a lot of researching before jumping feet in towards the membership site. Okay. Oh, Jonathan says the links are different. Which one? WP members. Okay, WP members. They're the same, are they? Oh, S2 member. Right. I see. Okay. Okay. I'll paste the S2 member. I'll paste the proper link into the comments below. But you can just Google S2 member. It's all one word. S2 member WordPress, and that will come up for you. Thanks for letting me know. I'll change that. Next week, we are going to be talking about WordPress caching. So I'll take you through what caching is at basic level, all the different types of caching, and then we'll do a little bit of review of some of the best WordPress caching to make your WordPress site go quicker. Next, as well, just a reminder, fill out the form for new topics. It's down below the video. There'll be a link there, or you can scan the QR code or just hit that link in the browser, and that will be great. I'll leave it up on the screen for a second. Last one, just talk about community. So if you want to find out more about the WordPress community in Australia, visit wpaustralia.org, and that will give you a list of local meetup groups, and it will also give you a list on how you can join our Slack community. So our Slack group, where you can have a chat with people in real time, just ask us questions. So here's Slack. We're always active on there. I've always got a browser tab open with Slack. We get lots of people asking lots of different questions in there. There's lots of different channels as well, things like business tips, code help, support, hosting, plugins, all that juicy stuff that you can ask questions in. And that's me as well. Please connect with me on LinkedIn, Developer Will, on Instagram as well, and on Twitter. And you can hit me up on some of my websites as well, zeropointdevelopment.com, wpwingman.com, which is my WordPress site care, wasg.com.au, which is a new site that I've just launched for people who host websites and offer WordPress site care. Yeah, and thank you very much, guys, for your time. A quick question here. Google shows that WooCommerce supports PID. Excellent. You've done your research. Thanks, Norman. Okay, guys, thank you so much for spending your time with me. Take care and be safe, and I will join you next week. Bye.